laboratory in Nevada. You're sick.
Logical crisis might prove inadequate. Facility to deal.
Seems to me, General, Dr. Stone put this.
It's flight night.
I'm scared.
Today we are back with a science fiction thriller film directed and produced by Robert Weiss that was released in 1971. The film stars Arthur Hill, James Olson, Kate Reid, and David Wayne as a team of scientists investigating a dangerous extraterrestrial organism. It is based on Michael Crichton's 1969 novel of the same name and was adapted by Nelson Gidding. The film, with a few exceptions, closely follows the novel. Douglas Trumbull designed the special effects. The utilization of split screen and key sequences is significant in the film. Hello and welcome to Binge King. Before we start, go ahead and subscribe. Also press the bell button to get the latest updates about new movies. Watch out for spoilers and take care. Without any further delay, let us start. Dr. Jeremy Stone tells the story in flashback while testifying before the United States Senate Committee on Space Sciences in 1971. The Senate formed the Committee on Aeronautical and Space Sciences on July 24, 1958, when Senator Lyndon B. Johnson proposed S-Res 327. The Special Committee on Space and Astronautics tenure was also extended to March 11, 1959, so it could finish its final report. The Special Committee's members made up a large part of the new Standing Committee. In 1969, a US government satellite crashes in the little rural town of Piedmont, New Mexico, killing nearly everyone who lives there. A military recovery team from Vandenberg Air Force Base attempts but fails to recover the satellite. The military launches an elite team of scientists after suspecting that the satellite has brought back an alien creature. Dr. Stone, the team leader, and Dr. Mark Hall, a surgeon, are dropped in Piedmont by helicopter while wearing protective suits. The town's doctor had opened the satellite in his office and all of his blood had solidified into a powder. They quickly learned that the blood of nearly all of the town's victims has crystallized, bringing speedy death. 2 more residents of the town have committed suicide after becoming mad. Stone and Hall locate 2 survivors, a 69-year-old drunkard called Peter Jackson and a 6-month-old wailing infant named Manuel Rios after retrieving the satellite. Dr. Charles Dutton and Dr. Ruth Leavitt, who are summoned to a top-secret Nevada subterranean facility codenamed Wildfire, join Stone and Hall on the elite team. They are subjected to rigorous decontamination procedures upon arrival, progressing through 4 stages of disinfection to a 5th level where laboratories are located. The sophisticated equipment in this underground lab complex includes cathode ray tubes, CRT, computer monitors, and lasers. Lasers were invented in 1960s and 10 years before. The Wildfire facility contains an autonomous nuclear self-destruct system to incinerate all infectious agents if the organism threatens to escape. Dr. Hall is entrusted with the single key that can disable the gadget due to the odd man hypothesis, which states that an unmarried male is the most dispassionate individual in a group to make vital decisions in a crisis. The scientists discover the microscopic extraterrestrial entity responsible for the deaths in New Mexico by inspecting the satellite with advanced cameras. Andromeda is the code name given to the greenish, throbbing living form. The substance is inhaled through the lungs. Andromeda appears to be highly virulent, killing animals practically instantaneously via a blood clot in the brain and blood clotting causing asphyxiation. In order to study how the organism behaves, the team uses animal subjects, an electron microscope, and culture in various growth mediums. The microorganism has the chemical ingredients essential for terrestrial life, hydrogen and carbon, and looks to have a crystalline structure, but it lacks the DNA, RNA, proteins, and amino acids found in all forms of terrestrial life. And it converts energy to matter without leaving any leftovers. Hall tries to figure out how the elderly man and the infant managed to survive. After the pilot reports that his plastic breathing mask is melting, a military plane crashes near Piedmont. Meanwhile, Dutton and Leavitt accuse Dr. Stone, the lab's creator, of building the facility for biological warfare research. Biological warfare, often known as germ warfare, is the intentional employment of biological toxins or infectious agents such as bacteria, viruses, insects, or fungus to kill, damage, or incapacitate humans, animals, or plants. Biological weapons, also known as bioweapons, biological threat agents, or bioagents, are living organisms or producing entities such as viruses, which aren't always considered life. A subtype of biological warfare is entomological insect warfare. unbeknownst to the rest of the crew, Levitt's germ study is hampered by her undiagnosed epilepsy. Recurrent epileptic seizures characterize epilepsy, which is a category of non-communicable neurological illnesses. Due to aberrant electrical activity in the brain, epileptic seizures can range from brief and practically unnoticeable durations to long periods of intense shaking. Physical injuries can occur as a result of these episodes, either directly, such as broken bones, or indirectly by creating accidents. Seizures in epilepsy are prone to recurrence and may have no obvious reason. Isolated seizures brought on by a specific reason, such as poisoning, are not considered epilepsy. People with epilepsy may be viewed differently in different parts of the world, and their disease may result in variable degrees of social stigma. The alcoholic Jackson survived because his blood was acidic from drinking sterno, while the infant survived because his blood was overly alkaline from frequently weeping, implying that Andromeda can only survive within a small range of blood pH. The bacteria mutates into a non-lethal form that destroys synthetic rubber and plastics just as he realizes this. Andromeda makes her way out of the contaminant area and into Duden's lab. A 5-minute countdown to nuclear annihilation begins once all of the laboratory's seal begin to degrade owing to Andromeda's escape. Hall saves Levitt from an epileptic seizure provoked by Wildfire's alarm systems flashing red lights. Meanwhile, the crew understands that the microbe would flourish on the energy of a nuclear explosion, transforming into a super colony capable of annihilating all life on Earth. Hall has to race against the laboratory's automatic defenses to get to a station where he can use his key to disarm the nuclear weapon. As he climbs through the laboratory's central core, he is repeatedly attacked by automated lasers. He locates a functioning station, detonates the device, and then falls. In a hospital, Hall awakens. According to his colleagues, clouds are being seeded over the Pacific Ocean, causing rain to whisk Andromeda out of the atmosphere and into alkaline ocean, rendering it harmless. Stone concludes his testimony before a U.S. senator by stating that while they were able to combat the extraterrestrial infection in the past, they may not be able to do so in the future. The film concludes with a computer feed abruptly terminating and the computer flashing the number 601, the wildfire code for information arriving too quickly for it to process. The name of this amazing movie is Andromeda Strain. The Andromeda Strain is the most significant, scientifically accurate, and prototypic of all films of this killer virus genre, according to a 2003 publication by the Infectious Diseases Society of America. That is all for today, folks. Tell us in the comment section what is your point of view about this amazing movie. See you soon with another amazing video.